want to begin by describing what allowed me to see these unique characteristics of creativity. It occurred when I first started curating at the Museum of Modern Art in New York and was working on a retrospective of a well-known painter who's since passed, Elizabeth Murray. I noticed that there were works of hers that she considered half failures that were then displayed to great renown on those walls. I learned that there was in that half failure a kind of a catalyst that pushed her forward to make the works that we would celebrate. And I began to think about the unusual nature of creativity. I started to gather stories for myself, just for fun. I learned, for example, that Duke Ellington said about his music, "I merely took the energy it takes to pout, and I wrote some blues," he said. I learned that the legendary choreographer and dancer, Paul Taylor, who's now every year performing with his company at Lincoln Center, had his work initially, which defined his style, so ridiculed that the reviewer left the newsprint completely blank. I'm not sure if it will, oh, here it is. It was a scandal in the dance world in 1957. Paul Taylor looked at it and he said, "And you know, it wasn't even a very big blank," he said. He was very upset, but he's gone on to this stunning work, which was really pioneered through the same minimalist means that was so ridiculed in that blank review. I learned that Thomas Edison said about his inventions, as he was speaking to his assistant, incredulous at the inventor's repeated attempts to invent the incandescent light bulb, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." What gets us to 10,001 is the question, because that's where innovation actually lies. Much of creativity, I realized, is being able to harness the propulsion that comes from these near wins that leads us into unprecedented terrain.